Me, Mike Hogue, and the kitten. Actually, her name is Esmeralda Zelda the Illuminated, but that's a mouthful, so we call her the kitten. Now, I am back with my series on the top 5 ways that I've seen people fail at funding their permaculture and homesteading dreams. And number 1 on this list is another surprise for a lot of people because, as the kitten knows, there are just tons of workshops out there and books and celebrities telling you that this is the way to make your dreams a reality. But in the real world, I've seldom seen it work, and that is the influencer or YouTube star business model. Now, this one is complicated again because here I am talking on YouTube for one, and two, I don't want to be dissing your favorite YouTube stars. But the truth is, it comes with both negative impacts for the world and for our permaculture work and trying to do good work, and it is just a terrible sort of business model and risk. So when it comes down to it, some of the most profitable influencers are those YouTube star influencers, it turns out, according to the research I've seen. And you can see a ton of articles out there if you look for them on how, for example, and you can go over to growingfree.money and read about these and get the links. And that people can become YouTube famous and YouTube stars and try to make money off of it and still live in poverty. It's just the reality of the system. In fact, there's another article that I linked to that shows that this is a new thing. People are actually getting tons of views by showing that YouTubers are lying about their economics and that they have a bajillion followers and they still can't make enough money to quit their day job. And worse, again, super high opportunity cost for a very low risk to reward ratio. They're working long, hard hours, they say. And it's, work that they don't particularly love in a lot of cases. Look, if you got into this whole thing because you want to unplug, get out, connect to nature, have a beautiful garden, surround yourselves with beauty and great food and cute critters like the kitten here, then you don't want to be spending your time playing around with computers all the time. Worse, when we try to do the social media influencer model, we are signing up for a thing that research has proven is extremely stressful, which is to say social media. Social media is extremely addictive and stressful because of, the dopamine rush of getting those likes and follows and all of that. And it becomes addictive, and we just have tons of research to show it makes people unhappy. It's a ticket to the bad life, not the good life. And when we try to make our livelihood on it, we increase the stress by tenfold because we've built our whole livelihood off of the fickleness of people and their likes and follows and that kind of bullshit. So it's bad economically, it's high risk, it requires a lot of cost and time investment, it's very unlikely to pay off, and then there's the whole social problems that it causes. For one, the whole model distorts good quality information. Again, not to diss your favorite online personalities, especially if it's me, but I see a whole lot of really, really bad advice. I follow agronomic journals. I tried to educate myself on it. I tried to sign up to get educated on it by people who know what they're talking about. And yet there's a whole bunch of consensus about what's good business and how you do good business within the industry. And yet you can find people who who are like, I've been doing this for 3 months, and they tell you to do something, and it's got 10 million views. And the reason why is because people who don't know what they're talking about and don't know about a subject, they may have very superficial ideas about what they want to get out of it. And so they're going to look to other people who have very superficial, uneducated ideas about what they want to get out of it. And basically, those people are going to be telling them what they want to hear, what they think they want to hear. And so they're going to get like 10 gajillion views. While meanwhile, I see people who are longtime insiders in the industry giving good, solid, responsible advice, and they get like 10 views because they're not telling people what they want to hear. I think about this whole series. If I wanted to be successful as an influencer or make money off of YouTube or social media, would I be doing a big bummer of a series like this? No, of course not. Instead, I'd be like, yeah, y'all, you can make $1 million doing vegetable farming and so on. And then I would link to a bunch of products and merch to help you achieve that dream. Because that's how I make the money. Not by telling you to be cautious and giving you good quality information. It's just the reality of the thing. So the social media influencer model distorts good information. Now, when it comes to our broader goals doing permaculture, we want to create a just and sustainable society. Most of the ways that people make money off the influencer business model is selling stuff made by destructive corporations that are driving climate change, mass extinctions, ocean dead zones, and plastics pollution. Usually it's stuff that's made out of plastics and is going to end up in a landfill. And in the words of Jake Paul, that's how we make the money. Sell that merch. Sell that merch. So, is that really what we want to be doing? Now, when it comes specifically to things like gardening, farming, homesteading, permaculture, what are the main products that end up being sold? What are the main affiliate opportunities? They tend to be things like tillers, rototillers that have been rebranded tilthers, so we can pretend that we're not tilling when we use our tilther instead of a tiller. The plastic products like plastic mulches that pollute the soil and contaminate our food. Right now, a big one is plastic grow bags. Everybody's out there selling the plastic grow bags on social media, making the merch money, selling plastic grow bags that are unnecessary. They're hard to actually grow produce in. They contaminate your produce with phthalates and microplastics. They're just not great. They're not great at all. And in fact, it seems that the ones that a lot of homesteadery type people are pushing and selling the most with their affiliate programs are some of the ones made out of the least responsible and least safe materials. Because they figured out you don't have to have a good product to make a bunch of money. You just have to have influencers and a low profit or a low cost margin. So I personally don't want to make a single dollar selling any of that kind of bullcrap. And of course, there's also lots of affiliate opportunities for influencers who become famous, selling classes on things like profitable farming and get-rich-quick schemes and things like that. So is this a model that can be used regeneratively? Maybe with really good design. Obviously, I'm trying to cultivate community and do some things with social media. But I'm also trying to avoid and explicitly avoiding the pitfalls of those things. I try to keep my social media networks to a minimum. I put a maximum on them, and I don't grow them past that. I try to keep things as local as possible. I set up programs to support local activists instead of me trying to suck all the oxygen out of the room with big online projects. So like our new course that we're doing, Growing Free Together, on creating right livelihoods and really supporting permaculture and homesteading dreams, because that's a course I'm doing, with some of my friends who are also have been successful at this. The point of it is to help train other people in doing local scale activism, because I think that we need people to do this kind of work. So instead of me setting myself up as a centralized kind of outlet for all of this, I'm trying to decentralize things. I think we strongly need local scale activists doing this work. I don't accept any affiliate income. I do not accept any advertising income on any of my social media outlets. And most of my social media outlets are cooperative and not actually my own assets. So I hope because of that, I'm an actual authentic and honest and reliable source of information on these things. That you can count on me to not just try to sell you something because I get a cut on it. You know, if I recommend something or not, then it's because it really works for me. I don't make money off it. And that also means that I'm free to be a jerk and diss people and diss business models, even though other people are out there saying that you can get rich doing them. It means I'm free to speak my mind and give you good information and not have to worry about the economics of it. Because I've designed my whole life for that kind of resilience and financial stability, which is the main point of all this. When you use holistic thinking and good design to design your livelihood, then you'll never feel you're free, is financially resilient and economically empowered. It's also ethically empowered, because when you're financially stable, you're not going to be pressured in that race to the bottom or to do unethical things. So I guess when it comes down to all of this, any one of these 5 can be used as one regenerative aspect of your whole livelihood and your whole system. But I wouldn't count on any of them to pay the bills completely, because it just doesn't work. Instead, in Growing Free, we lay out a set of patterns that will make you as resilient as the thistle. And we go through those. You can see other videos that I've done on those. That means that we're thinking about transition. That's the T in thistle. We're thinking holistically about our life design and our wealth and what we want to get out of life. That's the H. The I is investing. We're building our lives around smart, long-term investments, not just jobs and income streams. The next one is stacking. We're looking at stacking our incomes, our markets, our talents and skills and businesses. The next one is T, teaming up. We've got to be community organizers. We've got to build a vibrant support network for ourselves if we want to be truly financially successful. The L in thistle is luck, designing our lives to be lucky. Primarily, that means avoiding those high opportunity costs that we see in all 5 of these ways that people fail. And finally, the E is, what's the last letter? So it must be enough. Knowing what is enough for us. So we don't feel like we have to chase that money, chase dollars, chase internet fame or whatever it is just to make the dollars, right? When we get all that right and we know it's enough for ourselves, we're truly free. Then we can relax and enjoy life and have fun with things. And whatever you decide to do to support yourself, let that be a great rule. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. All right. I hope you'll check out growingfree.money, where you can learn more about that thistle program, how to take concrete actions on each of those thistle steps that will transform your business and your financial life. And if you want all of this preloaded into a convenient, fun-sized package, please check out our book, Growing Free. It's a manual for living the life of your dreams without losing your soul or destroying the planet. And finally, sometimes we offer courses called Growing Free Together. If you would like personal mentorship and a community of people who are following these same goals together, I hope you'll check that out and get involved and grow free together with us. Thanks for watching. Ciao.